All right, how's it going out there, folks? Welcome back here to a Thursday night. It is the Earthmaster here on this end, about 10 p.m. California time. September 19th, 2024 is the date. Latest activity here on the globe shows a 1.6 into the California area. Getting a lot of earthquake activity out here all across the plates. The last 24 hours, they're quite active. Let's go ahead and start off here in California. Nothing in terms of 2.5 and above for the entire West Coast. We are noticing a handful of smaller earthquakes here across the creeping section here of the San Andreas Fault, with a couple smaller ones. And further down south here across Southern California as well, a couple smaller microquakes along the San Jacinto Fault Zone. So for now, quiet, but not going to stay that way for long. We are noticing a little bit of elevated movement south here into the Baja California area along the plate boundary, 3.7 and a 4.4 in the last 24 hours, much further down south here. So just a little quiet period right now in Southern Cal. A little bit of movement outside of Las Vegas as well. If I remember right, things started ramping up here outside of Las Vegas, and then we've seen the increasing amount of earthquake activity there across Southern California. We'll see if this follows suit in terms of that cycle. But for now, quite a few little smaller microquakes here in that area that had a decent amount of earthquakes forming here a few weeks back. Up into the Tonopah area as well, a couple smaller microquakes. Through the Pacific Northwest, really nothing major going on. As you can see, just a handful of smaller quakes there. Here's the latest tremor map tonight. Notice about 86 epicenters of tremor, a little bit up north and a little bit down south here. Nothing big and no noticeable quake activity along the Cascadia for now. Yellowstone National Park, someone asked me about that. I'm just avoiding the Yellowstone seismograph overview for now because something's going on with that station or with that channel and or website. So just kind of avoiding that for now. As far as earthquake activity goes, this is the Maple Creek Yellowstone station, and I'm not seeing anything showing up there on this seismograph station. If there was, we would notice it, and we could also check various other seismograph stations there around Yellowstone. But there's really not a whole lot going on there for now. Same for the rest of the country here, just minimal microquake activity across Texas, and there's that strange earthquake outside of Monroe, Missouri. A little odd one up there, 2.6. Mexico here, 6 miles deep for a 4.1 at the surface level. Starting to get a lot of activity over here across the Indonesia Islands area. Largest earthquake today is going to be that 5.6 here in the Papua New Guinea area early this morning, about 1 o'clock or so. Handful of adjusted quakes here across the area. Got a 4.9 and a 5-pointer. Kind of back building here across the plate boundary near Solomon Islands. Notice on the earthquake 3D globe, though, looks a little bit more active in this area. There's definitely still some concern that we may be seeing something larger in this area. If you look roughly about Solomon Islands westward here across the plate boundary, a lot of activity, and then also a noticeable uptick here in this area across the Java Trench at northern end, and then even out in the basin here of the Indian Ocean. That's a little rare to see that earthquake out there. And if you put that in the middle, or look at this quiet zone right in the middle here, that could be a sign that there may be something bigger brewing out here in this region. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that. That is the Java Trench. That 9-pointer that struck back in 2004, was it 2004? Indian Ocean tsunami. So many big earthquakes here, it's hard to keep track of the dates. I need me a calendar of big events. That'd be kind of cool if someone could make me one and get that to me. That'd be awesome. So we'll watch this area right here. It's fairly quiet, but got all this activity to the east and also to the west here, and then off of the plate boundary. A little odd. Across the Japan area, a handful of smaller quakes there in the 4 range. Alaska area, let's see what we got going on here. Quite a few earthquakes up here in the 3 and 4 range. The latest one, the 3.9, outside of Denali National Park. Nothing big, just a little earthquake up there, 74 miles deep for that quake. I am going to drop, it looks as though we're past the 24-hour threshold here, so I'm going to just drop it a little bit. That should be the last 24 hours of earthquake activity here. Yeah, but still somewhat active up there across the Aleutian Trench. New Zealand area, 4.0 earlier today. Some further adjustment up north around the North Island area with a 3.1 earthquake. For now, nothing big. Handful of adjusted quakes here in the last 24 hours. A little bit of adjustment there for sure. Let's see, South America area, a handful of 3s and 4s out there, but that's fairly common on any given day. Iceland seeing a little bit of activity in a little swarm area just off the rift boundary there. A little 3.8 just off the coast of Morocco, it looks like. Nothing big. Another 3.3 coming in right now along this strait area. Out in the Mediterranean region. Looks like it's right around the Algeria area, just north there for that 3.3 right now. Aside from that, there's definitely some noticeable uptick going on out here. Everywhere it seems, except for right now, Southern California. We'll continue to keep an eye on it though. A couple smaller microquakes here in the last hour or so, but really nothing of unusual activity for now. Space weather events, anything major going on here? Got a little bit of eclipsing going on. This will black out as the sun gets eclipsed, and the data, of course, will black out here for a couple minutes. And that's a common occurrence. It happens every 24 hours there. No major flares right now. And in fact, if we look at the Earth-facing side of the sun, it's somewhat... look at the sunspot, man. It's just weakened a lot. It was throwing off X-flares and multiple large explosions last time, when it was over here, and then also further behind on the eastern limb. But now it just looks tired and old and degrading. Not a whole lot here across the rest of the visible disk for now. There's one of the active regions out here on the far side of the sun, eastern limb. You can see that here on the latest imagery. 3807 here was the name of that sunspot when it was out here last time. Now it will get renamed, and there's a couple different regions here: 3811, 3806, 3808. These are former active areas that were out here a few weeks back, and they'll be popping their head out here a little bit within a week or so. And that looks somewhat active, at least the size of these sunspots. So we'll keep an eye on these couple different ones coming around the bend. No major auroras in the forecast here, folks. That's very quiet. Look at the aurora forecast. Not a whole lot at all. Zip zero. All right, numerical model. Still watching this hurricane potential down here in the Gulf of Mexico towards the end of next week. Let's put this into motion here, and it looks a lot more disorganized on this run, and that would probably be okay, right? It'd still be a lot of rain out here, but really no major cyclone formation. Well, maybe right at the last second here before it hits right around the Louisiana area. But this is a ways out here. This is next Friday, so 7-8 days, and as we get closer, obviously the pinpoint in terms of the specific location where it will make landfall, or whether it will even be a tropical system at all, will be clear, a lot clearer in terms of the forecast. Let's see what we got here for the weather patterns. Here is the 21st. Looks like got some cooler weather coming in out here for September 19th. Well, that's today. That is today. It didn't really feel all that cold out here. I think we hit 91 or so. Anyway, that's going to fade away, and high pressure is going to build back in here across the west coast. Far as any major I'm not liking this up here. That is scary. The reason why is because this is a massive high pressure dominant area, and I'm ready for wintertime, folks. I'm not. I don't want this summer to continue forever. It does look like we're going to see that shift over to the east a little bit more. Maybe some troughing coming in as we head towards the end of September. Maybe not. Who knows? But yeah, I guess we'll see what happens here. I'm definitely ready for some fall and wintertime temperatures out here in California. Seismograph stations here. A little spike of an earthquake on Cal State Bakersfield. Aside from that, not a whole lot going on there for California for right now. Kilauea Volcano is still seeing a little bit of eruptive activity. Let's go check out the latest informational statement here from the USGS with regards to the ongoing eruption. This update here put out fairly recently. Kilauea Volcano continues to erupt in the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park from the new fissure vent that opened just west of this area right here, that crater area. Got a little bit of lava fountaining out there as well. This is the fourth vent system of this eruption, and it began rapidly creating lava cascades or lava falls that poured over the western cliffs of the crater. That's pretty neat. There is no immediate threat to life or infrastructure for now, and just kind of watching this. We'll see how long this goes on here. Obviously, the magma has found a way to the surface here, and well, it's we'll just have to see how long it lasts. There's one of the main vents out here of Kilauea Volcano. As far as any, let's see if we got any major inflation or deflation going on. Deformation data up here at the summit area still shows that magma intrusion from the summit off to the Middle East Rift Zone recently. It does look like we're seeing a little bit of a rebound here in terms of the accumulation. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of tilt meters out here where our current eruption is happening, and that's right about here. You can see how far it is from the crater area of the summit region, Lava Lake. This is in the area that's seen some eruption activity back in 2007 to 2018, 1840, 1972 to 1974. So yeah, it looks like it struck out here in some fairly recent, right in the middle of some fairly recent areas, but there's no tilt meter out here. There is GPS. Last 2 years, who knows though if this is accurate or not. July, yeah, here's the vertical displacement, but yeah, I don't even know if it goes in there right now. We definitely could use some more tilt meters out here that would help give us a better view of what's going on below the surface. That's too far away. All right, let's see here, folks. I think that's about it. A little earthquake activity out there right now, 2.2. Nothing of any abnormal activity, just a little bit of free flow of magma from the area, subsurface area, and creating some new land out there on the big island of Hawaii. We'll keep an eye on things out here, and we'll catch you guys back out here for the Friday morning update, folks. We made it to the weekend. That is that's a good thing. Have a good night, folks, and we'll see you guys back out here tomorrow morning. Take care.